Hey, what's up, guys? BakonNeck here, and today I will be bringing you a list of characters I believe belong in Mortal Kombat. So, just a heads up, there will be Marvel characters in this list. I know NetherRealm Studios only have DC characters in games, and it only does games with DC characters, but it's possible they probably could end up having a publishing deal where they could end up having Marvel characters as well in their games and having DC characters together. So, everything's possible, you know. This is just like my fan fictions or like, people I believe, actually fit the universe. And without further ado, let's start the video. So start with the list, we have Shredder. Shredder is like the main villain from the TMNT franchise. It's not really like a adult, like a mature franchise, so it's not really like any violence going on in that show. But then like his appearance actually fits. Like the way he looks like he should be in a Mortal Kombat game. And they recently had the TMNT join Injustice too, so that was actually unexpected. That was pretty cool. And like that would be cool to have, have Shredder as a villain in Mortal Kombat game. So they have the TMNT in Injustice, and they have Shredder in Mortal Kombat and make him more violent. Make him have fatalities. More gritty. That would actually be cool. Next, we have Isaac Clarke from the Dead Space series. Everything fits. The game is gory, the game is creepy, the game is violent. You can go bash people's heads in. Has little things there. So, everything fits. That's why I think he should be in the game. Next, we have Raiden from the Metal Gear franchise. This character might be a little bit too anime for Mortal Kombat, but in the sense of like how violent it is, it fits. The Metal Gear Rising game is very violent. It's you slash people's head off and cut their body limbs off and stuff like that. So it fits in that sense. They have a Raiden, so it will be interesting to have a Raiden and a Raiden spelled the same exact way. And it's like in character select, like you're selecting a character, and it's like it says Raiden and it says Raiden. So they're pretty much the same name, And like if anybody ever asks you who you main through text, you could text them, "I main Raiden." And then they'll be like, "Which one?" So that's pretty fun, Yeah, but I feel like he belongs in the game. He's very violent. He's a very cut people open kind of character. Like other than the anime sense of it, kind of anime feel of the character, he fits in the game pretty well. Now on our first Marvel character, we have Deadpool. Now Deadpool would be like a perfect fit. NetherRealm Studios did take Marvel characters, and you could argue and say like, oh, like NetherRealm doesn't take Marvel characters, so Deadpool will never be in a Mortal Kombat game. But if they did take Marvel characters, he would fit perfectly, no doubt about it. He cuts people open, like it's bloody, gory, all that stuff. A perfect substitute would be Deathstroke. Like say if they don't ever do a Marvel character in any of the video games, I guess they could just throw in Deathstroke. But I mean, like Deadpool is like more like popular. I guess he has like more of a fan base, so like it would be more of a hype thing to see Deadpool in a game, in a Mortal Kombat game. No disrespect to Deathstroke. Deathstroke has a lot of fans. I mean, he has a lot of people that that like him. But then it would just be cool to see Deadpool in a Mortal Kombat game. Now for me, it would be really cool to see Mummy in a Mortal Kombat game. Like that would be really cool. Like to see him, his design and everything, and see how he plays. He could do that move where like he like sucks you, like opens his mouth real wide and sucks your face and like sucks your skin for fatality, or like first for a move set. Like it would be cool to see Mummy in the Mortal Kombat game. For our next Marvel character, we have Carnage. I would pick Carnage over Venom because Carnage is more like icky and gooey and just nasty and terrifying. Like he would look perfect as a design for a Mortal Kombat game, and he would just fit perfectly. He's like a scary character, and like it just fits. So he would look good in that game. In our other anime character, we have Ryu Hayabusa. He fits. He's an anime character-ish character, but he also fits. He's very same as Raiden. He's like less of a cyborg ninja, but like a regular ninja guy, and he should be cutting through people and stuff. And like he's also in a other fighting game. He's in Dead or Alive. But then like that's like it's not really a bloody fighting game. It's more of a hand-to-hand combat fighting game. So he's not allowed to use his blade or any of his weapons. So it's like he doesn't use his weapons in that game. but in the Ninja Gaiden series, he uses his weapons, and it would be cool to have Ryu Hayabusa in a fighting game with his weapons and cutting people open. That would be cool to see, and he's fucking awesome. He's just a fucking ninja guy, and he's fucking crazy. I love to see him in a Mortal Kombat game, even though he looks anime-ish. Now we have the Headless Horseman, or the Sleepy Hollow, whichever you prefer to call him. He would be cool in this game, definitely. I was thinking like having him and the horse be one character, kind of like how Ferrotora was in Mortal Kombat X, and also kind of like how Shrek and Donkey play in Shrek 2, when like the human form is Shrek and the horse form of Donkey play as one character. Like that would be cool to like see. Like you can't have the Headless Horseman without his horse, so make them one character. The Doom guy, the Doom protagonist, the guy you play as in Doom, I don't know his name. I don't think he has a name, but he would be perfect. Perfect. The game is bloody, gory, perfect. It would actually be really cool if they like have like fatalities or like finishing moves, like they show like the Doom guy squashing somebody's head in like first person to show homage to like the original Doom franchise. That would be actually cool to see in the Mortal Kombat game. Now we have Rorschach. Rorschach fits so perfectly. He's a DC character, which actually fits for another realm studio game because they have DC characters all the time. I would say Batman, but the reason why I do not pick Batman for Mortal Kombat game is because Batman doesn't kill people. Rorschach is not afraid to kill anybody. He will kill. If he feels like you're in the wrong, he will kill you. If he feels like you're a scum or a dirtbag, he will have no problem killing you at all. So I mean, Batman would be cool to. I mean, Batman's already in Injustice and everything, but in the Mortal Kombat game, he wouldn't fit because he wouldn't do anything. He wouldn't kill his enemy. He's just not like that. That's not his code. He doesn't go by killing people. He usually tries to keep people alive. That's Batman's thing. But Rorschach, man, he fits for this game so good. And now I would love to see Rorschach in the game. Definitely. I've been dying to see Rorschach in the game, period. Like I've been dying to see Rorschach in the Injustice game. I was thinking Rorschach would have been in the first Injustice or the second Injustice, but he wasn't in at all. And I'm kind of hurt. But I guess he does kind of fit Mortal Kombat more because Mortal Kombat is more violent and he's very violent. But either or, like I would love to see Rorschach in a game at all. And in the game is not the End is Nigh, because I've seen him in End is Nigh, which is the gameplay playing in the background, but I haven't seen him in any other game besides that. From the Gears of War franchise, we have Marcus Felix. I would say Marcus Felix because he's like the Gears of War protagonist. They had the newer games where they had the new protagonist, but it was like, just go back to Marcus. I mean, he's in the game, but it's like he's not the main character of the game. I would just say him because he's the trilogy protagonist. He's the protagonist. He's iconic, and I'd rather see him than anybody else new. Wolverine deserves to be in a Mortal Kombat game. Wolverine has these 3 long nails coming out of his fists, and he's just like a character deserving to be ripping people to shreds. They had the Wolverine game, which is beautiful. They had the Logan movie, which is beautiful. But usually Wolverine has been in like PG-13 things. They've been in like kind of like friendly stuff. They had the X-Men movies, which were like weren't mature, weren't like gory, whatever. So they came out with Logan, and they had this game, the Wolverine Origins game, which is a very good game to showcase what Wolverine could do with those claws. They also had Wolverine in Marvel vs. Capcom, which is a more kid-friendly game, which is a very good game. I love Marvel vs. Capcom, but it's more kid-friendly. It's not really like gory. It's not, but if they ever were able to bring Marvel characters to NetherRealm Studio games, the first character they should probably have, same thing with Deadpool, is bring Wolverine to Mortal Kombat because he is deserving to be in Mortal Kombat. And if you can't get your Wolverine on with Wolverine himself, the next best thing you could do is Alex Mercer from the prototype, from the first prototype. He has like these shape-shifting arms where like he could turn them into blades, turn them into like claws, turn them into like big fists, and he could definitely do some damage, do some mayhem. It would be cool to see him do a fatality or a finishing move on somebody. You know, like I would love to see a Wolverine in it. Actually, I'll just see both of them in it. Like if you can't get Wolverine, get Alex Mercer, but if you can't have both, have both. As you could have both, have both. Like I would love to see both of them in the game. They will both be nice to see have in a Mortal Kombat game because they're so just crazy with those claws and this mayhem they do. So we have Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those peepers? This movie gave me nightmares when I was a little kid. The Creeper definitely should be in a Mortal Kombat game because you know like they have a lot of horror movie villains in Mortal Kombat games, and he's very well known. He's very well fitting. He should be one. He should be a character. You know, he could devour his enemies, and you know he could be the scarecrow guy, and you know grab him up and splatter with him, whatever. And like you know, seeing that in a video game form would actually be really cool. So now we have the Ghostface Killer from the Scream franchise. He would be perfect in the Mortal Kombat game because he's an iconic horror movie villain that I yet to see in a Mortal Kombat game. That's simple. Yet another iconic horror movie villain that I yet to see in a Mortal Kombat game that I would love to see in a Mortal Kombat game. Pinhead. Pinhead is terrifying. He looks terrifying. He would look great in this game. He would kind of probably remind me of Brainiac in the Injustice games. But he would actually fit perfect for a Mortal Kombat game, definitely. He's a horror movie villain and an iconic one at that. It would interest me to see what his moveset would be. But at the least he would look great as a character design in Mortal Kombat. I love Hit Girl. In the Kick-Ass movie, she's so badass. She would fit perfect for a Mortal Kombat game. This one is very, very, very obvious. Everybody has wanted to see a Pennywise, the dancing clown, in a Mortal Kombat game. Like, he fits perfectly. He just had a movie release, It Chapter 2, so it would be cool to see him in the game. He could like shape shift and like use that as like a combat ability in the game, like you know turn to the big ass spider at the end and turn to the leper or zombie, and like you know he could like make his character very scared and then like just devour him. Like that would be cool to see in the game. One other obvious person that everybody would like to see in this game is Michael Myers. Like they had Jason in this game, they had Freddy Krueger in this game, they had people that really resemble Michael Myers. So why not? Why would they not have Michael Myers? He is a very iconic slasher film villain. Now, last but not least, we have Beatrice Kiddo from Kill Bill and Kill Bill Volume 2. Now, I know there's a lot of blade-wielding characters in my list, but I mean, why not include her? She's awesome. She was awesome in the movie, and she would be awesome in the game. That'll be it for my list. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you want more videos like this, I will definitely make some for you guys.